I've been away a while. I awake next to my ice farm, because I always seem to need more. I listen to the sound of the minecart and the pistons. Well, we got a lot to do today. First thing on my mind is more waterbenders. Here you go. Yes, babies. Then we've got to take care of this. We need quartz for the interior. I hopped into the nether to find this guy took out all my earthbenders! Jerk. Well, I made this little path down to the open nether to explore, and we're here for quartz. But soon, I remember that the nether is scary. And we need to get the heck out of here. There's a better way over here. Just fly down the hallway and... Whoa! Oh my gosh, did you see that? My airbending is getting better. Quartz, quartz, quartz. Let's start with the floor. And we're out of white concrete. And out of resources. K-Dog won't mind. This is so tedious, but it's going to look so cool. So, the big reveal. Ta-da! We've got a couple more entrances on the different levels here. And inside, water. Water that kind of trickles down from level to level. We've got a little waterfall here. And I really, really like how these ice pillars turned out. And when we come out here, we kind of overlook the village. We can really only see the top of that house right now. But across the way, we can see the air temple. It's beautiful. And then the water goes down here again. And comes out down here. Into this pool. And then we've got some quartz bridges across some of these waterways here and there. And then all of this comes down to this reservoir on the bottom. And that flows down to the desert. And here is our bottom floor. Pretty neat, huh? And now we've got walls all around the ice palace. So, I believe, let me just come down here real quick. I believe these guys will all be safe. It's time to open up the gates. Welcome to your new home. Come on. Go inside. Go on. There we go. Or not. Ah, of course. They just wanted some beds in here. That makes sense. Well, I'm going to let these guys make themselves at home. We've got some work to do over here. So for starters, we need a wall around this whole place to make sure that no baddies come in. And then once that's all built and lit up, then I've got this block palette over here that we're going to be trying to use to build more buildings like this. And I might even change this one up a little bit. It looks a little bland. And then just a quick little update in here. I brought all these guys back, and they're locked in here now. So we'll bring them into the little desert that we've made. but only once it's all safe. Well, I have to admit, this has been kind of a difficult one. I think I've got it almost all the way done. There's just a couple weird spots, like by the waterfall here. It's not completely blocked off, so the water can keep flowing. The only thing that can really get through there is baby zombies, and we'll just light it up really well. I think if we just light it up good enough close to the perimeter, then they won't come through. And then we'll also have a second line of defense here with an iron golem, or 2, or 3, or 9. But then over here, this was just too close to the mountain, so I carved the mountain back a little bit so that even if somebody falls, maybe we need to carve it back a little further, then they shouldn't be able to get on top of the wall here. But I've got a really cool idea. Now the sun is setting, but let me just tell you, I've got a really cool idea for this area that is kind of in between the desert, in between the earthbenders and my airbending mountain. I've wanted to, let's go sleep. I've wanted to kind of do this thing where there's some sort of feature in between each of the elements that kind of ties them together. So like over here we've got the water coming towards the earth and it makes the mud, right? It's a cool little natural feature that has a good transition, I think. Now over here between the earth and the air temple, I think it'd be really, really cool to have some stalactites. Or wait, no. Stalagmites. Right? The ones that are on the ground. But I don't have any of those. So I do know of a cave nearby that does have a whole ton. Just past my portal here. Yeah, here we go. Alright, let's just hope I don't get lost. Alright, I'm at 6,100, 6,300. Yeah, so there's a mine shaft. I know there's a geode or 2 down here too. And I could have sworn there's a part of it that was a lush cave too. Oh yeah, here we go. So there's lava over here. Yeah, this is definitely one of the coolest caves I've ever seen. Oh yeah, there's the geode right there, with a creeper standing on it. I really thought part of this was a dripstone cave, but maybe I was wrong. Well, I guess we'll have to look somewhere else. Here we go. So these aren't too far away from my base, which is just right past the fog there. So we'll just mine some of this up, and we'll take it back. Oh my gosh, this goes so deep. That's a big dripstone. Holy sheesh. Oh, this goes out to the ocean. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Wow, what a cave. Whoa. Hold on. Oh man, that's so cool. Oh, don't look at him. Now this is a dripstone cave. I think it's real cool that not only did they put these guys everywhere, but they've also like added in these giant stalactites and stalagmites. Man, this is so cool. Oh, and there's another mine shaft down there too. And the Enderman is still here. I'm trying to be careful not to look at him. Oh, dang it. I hate those guys. Oh my gosh, he keeps popping right in front of my vision. Scaring the heck out of me, you know? Come over here. I can get you over here. There we go. Took care of him. Oh man, this is so cool. Oh my gosh. Is that another one, or does this one just keep going? When the caves are so open like this, it just makes it so easy to spot them. Wow. I think that's a separate one. is it doesn't look connected to this one at all. Alright, I feel like this is probably enough. 2 stacks and some change. We've got a little over a stack and a half of the blocks too. Wow, this was a really cool find. We'll have to keep that cave in mind and explore those 2 mine shafts when we have some time. I think right now though, let's take this back a little bit. And then start placing some dripstone. Well, you know what? It's a start, but a stack and a half did not go as far as I thought it would. It never does. You'd think I'd learn. There's also a couple spots where it's getting a little close to the wall again. So if something spawned over here, it might be able to hop over. So I'll probably just move the wall inwards. Well, I went out and collected more and got it put in. But I think, you know, considering the size of everything else, I think it's only about half of what I want to do in total. We'll get more on that side. And we still need to push the mountain back a little bit and maybe even move the fence forward. But I think this is starting to look really good. There, I think that's a bit better. Now let's work on building some houses for our friends. So I kind of like what I did here with the brick foundation, but I don't think this is the right color. I think this would look better if it were maybe sandstone, but then maybe keep the packed mud on top to make it look like kind of like a thatched roof. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's a bit better. So if you've ever seen the show, you know that in the Earth Kingdom, the buildings are very, very packed. Well, at least in Ba Sing Se. So we're going to try to mimic that here as we build up our city, and we're just going to make it super, super dense. And kind of like what we did with the air temple, we're going to make each building just a little unique from each other. You might also notice that if we look at Ba Sing Se, all the buildings are very square, very rectangular and sturdy. So we're going to be going with a very similar style for our build here. But yeah, I'm just going to try to keep things creative. You know, add little features to buildings like this, where we can go inside, go upstairs, and hang out on the roof if we want. Go into the covered area for some shade. And I'm going to want to keep some things packed pretty tight, but maybe as we go out towards that way, we'll spread out our buildings a bit. So it's been a little bit since that last clip. We've got, what, another 3, 4, maybe even 5 extra buildings in than what you last saw. Even got like a little shop there. I don't know what they're selling, but it's just like a little pop-up stand. I think it transitions well into the air temple with the stalagmites. I think that's the right one. But yeah, actually back here behind me, I've been hearing tons of splishing and splashing, and our waterbenders are putting in a lot of practice with some new skills, and so I crashed on the wrong side. We're gonna check out what they're doing inside here. So I guess these guys really like all these water canals. It really seems like each villager has just chosen a canal to stand next to. There's one at every one. But as night falls and most of the villagers decide to go to bed, Wayne and Garth have decided to stay up, and Garth has actually challenged Wayne to bend some water. He says that Wayne can't bend the water around the corner, and Wayne is pretty determined. So we're going to test Wayne's water bending. If we just give him a little bit of water, oh my gosh. He actually did it. It's not even touching the ground. He bent it around the corner here and splashed Garth right in the face. That's just crazy. You know, I think I'm going to end it here with this amazing feat of waterbending. If you thought it was cool, definitely like the video. Make sure you check out the other Forever Bedrockers and subscribe to see more. And we'll see you next time.